Arts Center, and tonight's production of Comedy of Terrors. Put your hands together for your host this evening, Eric. Across the board makes me just that much more delighted. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to the Newport Performing Arts Center and tonight's show. Who was here last week? Just applause or sound? Yeah. A wave, a high five, a woo, and a clapping wave. Who was not here last week? Wonderful, yes. You can make any noise or just gestures work fantastically. Well, we're doing a full production, a full 3-week run of different improvised plays. Last week we had Avenue PDX, which is an improvised puppet musical. Tonight we're doing an improvised Shakespeare show. Next week we're doing a different show. I'll tell you about that later. But tonight's show is a real delight, and we're real excited to do it. Before I get to any of the other craziness, I'd like to introduce my magnificent cast this evening for our show. Give them a round of applause. Our lovely cast members of Comedy of Terrors. There it is. One for one side, the rest of the other. How fantastic. Tonight, my friends, we are going to create a completely improvised show on the spot. Everything tonight is going to be made up. Every single thing, which is a delight for us because it means we didn't have to rehearse much. And hopefully a delight for you because we never get to do this show again. This is a special one-night-only thing, which is why I love doing the whole improv thing. That being said, we do want to keep it fresh. We want to prove to you that it is an improvised show. It's made up on the spot. We've done a lot of different things. We will be doing a Shakespeare show this evening, if it wasn't obvious by some of our attire. But that being said, we wanted to spice it up a little bit. We wanted to have a little bit of fun. And we just ran the show a little earlier in the year in Portland, and we incorporated this time movie monsters. And so we wanted to do that out here tonight. So I would love, for my delightful audience, what is a movie monster, a famous or classic movie monster that you can think of? You can just yell it out when you're ready.
Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing, right? Frankenstein, what was it? Nosferatu. Terminator. Oh, those are really good. So we had Swamp Thing, Nosferatu, Terminator, and Frankenstein. Fantastic. Don't mind me, I got a quick conversation with my cast here. Fantastic. I hope that was, not intrusive. You didn't hear a single word of that. We have never been given that as a suggestion, so we're taking Terminator, which is just fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, for those of you that may or may not be very familiar with Terminator, what are 3 things? We're looking for something that's really iconic about when you think the Terminator. What do you think of?
Doesn't smile.
Doesn't smile. Oh, great choice. Dead eyes. Who hurt you? The Terminator did. But not the Terminator 2, because he's there to help. No smile, dead eyes. This is getting very creepy. I heard some mumbling over here.
Isn't he like a robot?
Isn't he like a robot? It's kind of like a robot. Yeah, so very robotic, very, very detached. Yeah, metal. Yeah, fantastic. So, we'll take the Terminator and just some iconic things about it. We've got no smile, we have dead eyes, and we have very detached, robotic feeling. How wonderful. Oh, what was that? He's non-verbose. Perfect for a Shakespeare show. Of all the things. Yep, dead eye. You want theater? Go with dead eyes, no smile, and very robotic. Perfect. Okay, this is your show. It's what you want to do. I'm so excited. If you want to take pictures, we encourage it, actually. We ask that you don't do any flash photography. And this is live theater, so we request that if you take any pictures, don't hold it up so that screen is something someone else has to watch the show through. Other than that, let's have some fun. We'll get to an intermission as well. So let's enjoy Comedy of Terrors, tonight's focus, The Terminator.
it does try to form itself. Nay.
Perhaps a different perspective.
Yes, indeed. Nay.
No.
Sister, I fear we are not much. Witchery is not our destiny. We are no good at our craft, is what I am saying.
But we are not truly, but we are novices. It is okay. We will get better.
You do encourage me, and I want to believe your words, and yet the future is so murky. A fog does cover it so.
Yes. It is like mother's blanket.
Ah,
Thick and damp.
indeed. Comforting not at all.
Oh.
Warming not even a little. Perhaps we did make a mistake in attempting to conjure these visions.
It is very possible. We did follow the steps.
Indeed. Step 1, to arrive. Step 2,
Yes. To wait.
and step 3, to look. Perhaps we are missing a step.
It does seem so.
Would that I had brought the notes.
Well, I remember!
Yes?
Yes. There was an incantation.
Oh dear, a
Yes.
spell. Indeed, we did not cast one.
Yes.
Of course the
seem-
future is murky.
That does seem an important step.
For we do but stare into the forest and wait. What fools are we?
Remember you the words?
Something regarding a frog, perhaps?
Yes, just so, a frog, and also there was
The milk.
the frog, the
The
milk.
frog, the milk, and...
The thimble!
The thimble! The frog, the milk, the thimble.
I have lost the thimble.
I could find a frog.
Perhaps we should reconvene.
Indeed, and in so doing, we will see the future. But wait, a vision does appear in this moment.
It is clear as milk.
Connor!
My lord, I stand here.
Sweet young Connor! My throat is but parched on a cold winter's day as such. Refill my goblet, if you will.
I would, my lord, were the casks not empty.
Empty cask. And yet my throat once more dry as the Sahara Desert.
My lord, if I may, thou wert once a great adventurer, but now your estate has no value. You have no gold.
Oh.
You do not have the favor of the king, and thus our casks are empty.
That is true.
My lord, it pains me to see you so.
Sweet, young, soft Connor. I too was an adventurer. I too had riches. And I too did squander them away. And yet here our casks lay empty. And I, my throat parched.
My lord, there is a solution.
A solution, you say?
Certainly the world is not bereft of adventure. Certainly were we to venture out, there would be villains to pursue,
Sweet God.
young ladies to woo,
Oh!
dragons to slay,
Oh!
casks full to be drunk.
Thou hast made that casks.
That was the last thing he
Sweet.
said.
And yes, sweet colleague, thou also stated we. Would you join me in such an endeavor? To fill a cask and slay a dragon, if that be the order of the operation?
did say we, for I will not stay here in this house with empty casks and no heat.
Then, sweet Carmen, I bid thee off to my chambers. Prepare myself and thee for an adventure upon our backs.
So be it. To your chambers.
Ah, me. Ah.
Maiden, fair maiden, where beest thou?
Oh, I beest up here. Who beest thou?
Oh, fair maiden!
Oh,
Thy beauty is like no other.
oh, now stop it.
Oh, very well.
No, don't stop it. Keep
Oh,
going.
right.
Oh.
Thy hints are bewitching,
Oh,
and thy smile,
I
it does soothe me, and yet cause a fire within my stomach.
Oh, nay, a fire within thy stomach? Be thou sought down with plague?
Nay, nay, not a plague of sickness, perhaps a plague of the heart.
Oh,
For I have not seen a maiden as fair as thee.
Oh, but who art thou? Wouldst thou impress my father?
Oh, heavens! For I had forgotten to introduce myself. For I am Chuck of Earl.
Chuck of Earl.
Chuck of Earl.
Methinks you have large plots of land.
The biggest plots of land. Earl is quite known for its land. But, fair maiden, thou hast not given me thy name.
Oh, thou must earn my favor to earn my name.
Earn thy favor.
Mm-hmm. What 3 gifts would you bring me to earn my name?
3 gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck of Earl is not used to giving 3 gifts to earn the heart of a maiden. But Chuck of Earl does adapt. Chuck of Earl would bring thee a goat, a casket of wine, and the finest horse in all the kingdom of Earl.
Methinks me likest that, Chuck. Thou shalt earn my name. I am the Lady Terminatra.
The Lady Terminatra.
Of the House Terminatrix.
A name I shan't soon forget. I will be back with the gifts in but a moment.
And I shall be here, Chuck of Earl.
Fare thee well, Terminatrix. Terminatra of Terminatrix.
Great digger, I beseech thee, point me to thy town.
My town lies but in these deep, dark pits upon the earth. But I do dig, and I do live here.
Indeed, but I have taken a turn, and I am lost, and I have a mission that I must fulfill.
Ooh. Oh, you mean the town nearby in which others live? It is 'tis there. Where the house and lights are.
The town is but a house.
If you wish to see a town of larger dimension, more than one house, then you must travel in that direction.
I am looking for a town. A town with a baker, a cobbler,
Oh.
and a candlestick maker.
We have one person who does but all 3 positions.
Indeed.
Indeed, it is a town in that direction, not 3 leagues off. 'Tis but a simple town. One person does many jobs, and yet 'tis a town full of darkness. Terrible darkness.
I am not afraid of dark, for there is darkness in my heart, and I have been set upon a mission. You see, not if thy name
Be gravedigger.
Be gravedigger.
It is.
Then surely,
My parents had but one job intended for me.
'Twas but to grave dig.
but know you the name of the cobbler, the baker, and the candlestick maker in the town?
'Tis but one person. I speak of but one person.
And the name of this person is?
Petunia.
Petunia.
This is my mission.
Ah, Gerald! 'Tis poor business indeed for Petunia the cobbler and candlestick maker. There are not nearly enough customers.
Petunia, I would ask that you call me by my title. As I have gone through God's training, I would ask that I no longer be Gerald.
Forgive me, Father.
You see, you mold candlesticks and shoes. But one such as me molds souls and spirits.
It is difficult to take you seriously. You are my younger brother.
I understand, father, brother. It must be so confusing to you.
It is! Truly, you know, the thoughts within my head, they can come but one at a time.
And what is your thought now?
We must have more customers, for I will not be able to keep the lamps on.
Dear sister, times are difficult everywhere, and if there's one thing I have learned, it's that prayer is useless without effort. Thou must make thy own way on earth instead of wasting time praying that our Lord provide for you. So what hast thou done today to bring customers in that door? Hast thou gone out and perhaps made a ruckus? Said, oh my, I must have lost my own mind.
I demand a candlestick and a baked item.
Hold a moment, sir. Even now, he is working. You've spoken to a man of God, and God has provided for you.
It is just so. It truly cannot be a coincidence.
It does not matter that his demeanor is rough, and he seems a man of some dull wit.
It is most true.
And he is not fair to the eye in any way. Oh. And that beard, I do not know what possessed him to grow it, but it does not complement that face.
He thinks it is the wrong shape and length.
Perhaps as is his head, so the beard does it justice.
We shall charge him double.
Go, ply thy craft.
Good sir!
That's me.
A baked item you require.
And a candle upon a stick.
And a candle upon a stick, just so. I do have a wide array of candles, but the baked item involves choices.
Ooh, choices are like the storm upon a sea of turbulent oil boats. 'Tis but an option in which none wish to take, and yet we all choose in the end.
Just so. And I can see you are a man of discerning taste, so I will give you but 3 options.
Ooh!
The first, pay you an extra coin for a little rosemary on your baked item.
Nay, for I have but 2 coins and need but 2 items.
I shall take both coins
Mm.
and give you 1 baked item and half a candlestick.
The math does work, sir, if you think about it enough.
It is true.
Yes.
For I would pay for 1 item in full with this coin. And yet with this coin I get but 1/2 item.
Yes, it is called a buy one, get one half.
Certainly thou canst not give him the deal. I have warned you, it is too good a deal to offer to those who walk in your door.
It is true, and he does look of low class and stature. I do not think that he deserves it.
It is too generous. Do not offer it to him.
Yes, it is most
It is
true.
too generous. Even now he thinks about it, I suspect he'll take the bait.
Yes, dear brother, I see the wheels turning but slowly.
Yes.
'Tis too good a deal. Instead, I wish to pay you for these 2 coins, 1/2 a baked item and 1/2 a candlestick.
What? It is an outrage!
I will give you half a baked item and a quarter candlestick for 3 coins.
I have not put 3 coins, I have but 2.
I will take credit, and you will return on the morrow.
As a young lad, I was told, Bertram, take good care of thy funds. And I have. For the wife I did marry did give me these 2 coins and stated quite clearly to bring 1 baked item and 1 candlestick home with these 2 coins. And I did hold on to the coins. I did not borrow. I did not barter. I did not drink and bet. And yet here I stand with 2 coins and a deal presented to me. Deal I should take, yes? I've heard the winds and sounds of time. They have obviously stated yes in the most profound fashion. I must take the deal, as otherwise I would be to upset my wife. Dearest patron, business owners.
Her name be Petunia. Please call her as such.
1,000 apologies, sweet, simple, and wondrous Petunia. I do have but 2 coins, and I do fear the deal is too delightful of an opportunity to pass up. I should give thee 1 coin for 1/4 of a baked item, and 1 coin for 1/4 of a candlestick.
And you will still owe 1 coin.
Upon the morrow I shall return, with 1 coin, given graciously for my wife.
It is a deal.
And so we looked into the distance, and the fog did present itself, and a milky future did emerge, and yet we had not uttered words. And in this way, I believe, had we uttered words, we would have been able to interpret the vision that we did see. But Mother, I fear we will not be the talented witches that you are. Even now, my sister does cry herself to sleep.
Thou wishes to be a witch!
Indeed, as we have told you many times, and you have given us your books, and yet we have not mastered the qualities.
Books, books, books! Thou thinkest that thou can become a witch based on books! Thou is no more likely to become a witch based on looks than books.
And I was born with the looks, and you did bestow upon us the books, and I did think it would be sufficient. And now, Mother, you do trick us, for you have destroyed what I thought was true with this sentence you have uttered, which tells me that it is not sufficient. That we
Sufficient? Sufficient? Is it enough to wear boots and walk? Or must thou also put in actions, putting 1 foot forward in front of another?
Indeed, the boots do not do the walking, nor do the mouth do the talking. If the boots are to do the talking or the walking, action must be taken. I take your meaning.
Quite.
And yet what action shall I take?
Well. I'm glad that you have asked. For you see, one must think like a witch, one must act like a witch, and one must speak like a witch. And thou hast done 2 of the 3. Yet the 3rd one remains untouched. Canst thou guess which one thou hast royally screwed over?
I could guess, or you could tell me.
Thou wishes for wisdom.
I beg thee, bestow upon me the wisdom of your ages, for you have lived your
Silence! Thou must command, not beg. If thou is to be a witch, thou must use force and longing gazes, of which thou is improving.
I see what thou hast done. I must command, I must not beg. And must I make my voice sound withered, though it is not?
Yes! Dost thou think that I sound like this normally?
I
Or it
did
is-
think it so, for it has been the sound of thy voice since I was but a babe in arms.
Yes, yes, for the voice hath almost become mine, and yet within me there is a deeper voice still. Thou art learning, but still has much way to go.
Much way indeed.
Much way.
Much way.
Much way.
Much way.
Connor! Young Connor! This is but a thick forest to travel through. Connor, young lad! Connor, my boy!
Thou shalt not pass.
My lord, forgive me. I was a mere dozen steps behind, and yet
I have been stopped. My cup be still empty, our venture be just beginning, and yet we've been stopped.
allow me, my lord, to deal with this. Who would speak such to Lord Pembersquat?
I am but a lowly sentry of this land of Terminatrix, and thou shalt not pass.
But a lowly sentry. It's all we have choices, my lord.
No choices are but they make us men.
Indeed. Fortress.
Thou shalt not pass.
She is quite intimidating, my lord. She is small in stature, but mighty.
My young Connor, I, upon my adventures, became quite acquainted with many a sentry. They are quite often bored and dullard. Therefore, present a riddle or brainiac style, perhaps that shall inquire them to move forward and let us pass. There.
I would ask thee, sentry, were I to pose thee a riddle, dost thou think thou art good at riddles?
Thou might pose, and I might reply, but thou shalt not pass.
Indeed, just to pass the time, that is all. The only passing will be of the time, as we converse.
Very well. Pray tell.
Do thou consider thyself good at riddles, then?
I am neither poor nor fair. I am lowly stature.
Well, thou dost seem bored here at thy task, even though thou art executing thy task well. In order to dispel some boredom, perhaps we could add some stakes to the riddle.
Do you propose as a wager?
Yes, indeed I do. Now, I will ask the riddle. Were you to solve the riddle, then you would win. Were you to not solve the riddle, we would win. Now, were we to win, you would let us pass.
I see that your lord doth carry a goblet.
Indeed,
Have thee any wine?
it is part of our quest. What I would propose instead, to break your boredom, were you to answer the riddle correctly, you would cut off my lord's smallest toe. Just as an act of joviality.
Young Connor, have a word I may have?
Yes, my lord, yes, my lord. I've almost struck a deal. Yes, my
I
lord.
did
My
hear
pass.
but of many things, and perhaps it was the passing by wind, the storm that could be approaching, or my idle brain. Did I but hear the word spake out of your mouth? The sacrifice of my toe.
Ah, only if she answers the riddle correctly, my lord, which she will not do.
Very well.
So,
Proceed. Young Connor, you are confident in this riddle, yes?
oh, this riddle, it is unsolvable, my lord.
Delightful.
It is unsolvable.
Carry on then.
Yes.
I have but the utmost confidence.
Very good, very good.
Very good indeed.
Okay, then now,
Good as luck.
and now I pose my riddle to you, dear sentry.
Indeed, I can see.
Sentry, do you have a name?
No.
So mysterious. All right. Dear Sentry, I pose this riddle to you, as the stakes have already been established. How many legs hath a dog?
Let us raise the stakes.
Indeed, let us.
I shall take his smallest finger.
As well as the tongue.
Yes, and in exchange, I shall lead you to my lord's castle.
I do enjoy
A brief moment, if I may, sweet young father. I did but hear of the little toe, yes? And now I hear but of a miniature finger.
as well, yes.
Am I also to be aware that the question thou dost ask, the impossible to answer riddle, is how many legs doth a dog have?
Indeed.
Where there is but no way that I can lose, please continue.
Yes. And now we are ready, Sentry, without a name.
Yes.
For you to solve the riddle as we have agreed upon the terms.
A dog hath 4 legs, saveth he beeth a 3-legged dog.
Hold a moment. My lord, she has solved the impossible riddle. The riddle that was impossible to solve, she had solved.
Very well. If you'll excuse me a moment.
Do now I seek my reward.
In but a moment.
Run, my lord! Run! Run!
I require a beverage and also a food. Sustenance is a normal quality of which all of us do adhere, and I will be no exception.
I apologize. It is my mistake. I was reminding myself of the things I was looking for. It was a frog, a thimble, and milk. Require you milk? Or a frog?
I will eat and drink what is provided. For I was promised if I were to sit at this table, I would be provided with sustenance. I am on a mission, you see, and I needed to stop before the night. Know you a cobbler, a baker, and a candlestick maker?
I do. As luck would have, they are all the same woman. Her name is Petunia.
Yes, I have heard this. I have heard this from the grave digger hours before this night. And now it is night and I have stopped. But in the morning I will proceed, for I am on a mission.
That does make good sense.
Indeed. A beverage. I will consume it.
Enjoy life. Wouldst thou have another coin that I may borrow briefly? For tomorrow's endeavor, as to both receive and bring back the bread and candle.
Another 2 should have been more than sufficient.
But soft, speak you of Petunia, the cobbler, the baker, and the candlestick maker?
It is an excellent question. I have not yet made a formal introduction.
Yes.
I did knock on the door in the house and was invited inside. I was promised a beverage and a food, for I am on a mission.
About the food, milady, honored guest, I did but ask for a breaded item, a baked item no less, and upon that a candle as requested, a candlestick, which is quite standard of the...
You may refer to me by name, Sir Arnold. I have come from a land far away, and I have a mission. It is a singular mission that I will not be stopped.
As is mine.
Until I have completed my mission.
Indeed, but of a single coin, a single coin, a coin I would need, otherwise my mission too will not be completed. a simple single coin, and then therefore our mission can both be completed, my lady.
If I give you this coin, will you take me to Petunia?
I would be but honored.
It is decided then. I will bring you a coin and you will take me to Petunia.
Well, then tomorrow we shall both adventure onward, and the baked item and candlestick shall be here. But the special deal, not a full item, of course, but a partial one. Good evening, and I shall see thee in the morning, my lady.
I apologize. Your mean and meaner is quite foreign to these parts.
It is the way of my people.
You would not care to elaborate?
There is not much to say. My people have been born in a way in which we communicate very little.
And so you say, this lad, this suitor,
Chuck of Earl, Father.
this Chuck of Earl has professed to you his love.
Indeed, and he shall bring me 3 gifts, Father.
3. Have you named the 3 gifts?
A goat and a flagon of wine, and something so fantastic you shall be impressed when he brings it.
Dost thou know what it is, or did you simply put out that it should be something fascinating?
Oh, ah me, I was lost in the sea of his eyes.
Like limpid pools, are they?
Uh-huh.
Dost thou stare into them and see into forever?
They are to color of green, as dark as the bog, and murky as milk.
The day I met your mother, I saw those same eyes. That is how thou knowest it's true love.
Thou sayest it is true love, Father? Then you give us your blessing for my...
Not until the gifts are delivered.
Oh, do I hear the sound of my love telling my daughter about love?
My sweet mother.
My dear, our daughter, she has met a man,
A panate?
No, a boy.
A boy? You are to eat a boy?
She has met a Chuck of Earl.
Chuck of Earl, but not an Earl of Chuck.
Oh, sweet mother, would that he were both, and eaten thou I shall.
Indeed, in feasting on your love, our love indeed is consuming.
Would that someday your love be as complete as your mother's and I.
Indeed, for our love could eclipse the very sun, for it shines so bright.
It would squash the sun in its mighty grasp and laugh at it.
Yes, indeed,
Yes, that is our
thrusting the sun upon the ground
Yes.
and defiling it.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
my son,
love
do lust upon me and defile me here before my parents.
That is the dream of every
The
fairy.
dream of every
Yes.
fairy. That child, indeed.
Yes.
Softly.
So, how many days has this Chuck of Earl been gone then?
Oh.
Seeking these prizes?
Oh, 'tis not long, 'tis near a fortnight. I do track.
Fortnight? When I was young and in love, I could accomplish anything in 4 minutes.
For not my love be a lover in 4 minutes, you shall say that he is not a worthy lover. Is that what you're telling me, Father?
Not all can be as impressive as your dear dog.
Yes. Efficiency and speed, the mark of a man.
Yes, indeed.
But soft! But what makes that noise? Doth my ears deceive me? Is this not the wailing of a young maiden? Young maiden! Young maiden! Young maiden! Cry over here, come into the light! Thou is not a young maiden! Sir Connor! Nay, Forgive me.
You may call me Sarah.
Sarah.
Indeed, for it is but a delightful name and a type of beverage I do drink. And yet my goblet has been dry for but many moons. And the walking I did encounter a sentry that did not threaten to cut off both my little finger and my little toe. And I do love them both so.
Oh, quite. It does make sense to love parts of thy own body. Sarah, please. Are you not the same Sarah who has the fastest horse in all of the lands?
I do have but the fast horse, and yet I did technically sell the horse.
Oh, nay!
Nay is what he did say.
Nay!
But I did make the sale.
Nay, not nay.
And yet nay is what he said with a look upon his eyes that I did betray him so. Nay, my lord, he would say to me, and I would say, today, buttercup, today, brushing his sweet silky mane out of his face, as Conrad did mine but mere minutes prior.
Sarah!
'Tis my name, don't wear it out.
Am I to understand correctly that thou hast sold the fastest horse in all of the kingdom?
'Tis but a simple sale, more of a loan more than anything.
A loan?
I will happily repay the loan and give my horse back at any time.
Oh! Thou dost not say.
I did the same this moment.
Nay, thou dost not say.
The horse said the same thing. Nay, my
Nay,
lord,
not
please don't blow me away.
Nay.
Then I said, sorry, buttercup, my sweet, sweet darling buttercup, I do give thee to this man for amounts of money that I may pay for alcohol, and yet my cup be dry. It was but a wasted cup. Had I paid the opportunity to keep my sweet buttercup, I could ride to fetch more alcohol.
Thou wouldst ride on a horse, inebriated?
Well,
Thou wouldst commit a heinous crime.
I apologize profusely.
Apologies does not bring back the lives of those that have been lost.
'Tis but a simple sip, and yet a horse doth not cause accidents as often as thou might think. In fact, 'tis a situation where the horse doth do the driving itself. I do but the sitting, and often fall asleep upon said ride. A self-driving conveyance in such a sense is but convenience more than anything. In fact, encourages alcoholism.
Thou speaks of many riddles.
Nay, is what the horse said when I said say.
Oh, God!
And yet my sweet buttercup there, sweetly looking at me, did both carry my conveyance's body all the way from bar to home. And yet I sold him.
Sarah, before thou continues with thy babblings, thou must tell me, to whom did thou lend thy horse?
I refuse to tell
Lord Pepper Squad, thy smallest appendices are mine!
And then if we speak in commanding voice, the nature of things will know we are witches. And in so doing, but I fear I will strain.
Mayhaps we should take turns.
Indeed. Though, dearest sister, you have cast magic, have you not? For you did indeed catch a husband. Is this not a form of magic? And he does sleep inside our house with our dear mother commanding us thusly. This, I believe, is magic.
It would be magic, sister, but he were not a difficult catch. There was no magic required in the match.
This is disappointing news. Back to the advice our mother hath given.
To use but a wizened voice.
And to speak with command, to beg the future to reveal itself will yield a milky result, whether milk be spilled or no. But to command the future, to tell us its secrets, this, I believe, is how we cast the spell.
Just so. I am not ready. I am afeared. another method to work the magic. Perhaps we do not need to be wizened or commanding. Perhaps we can simply wait.
Ah, wait. Yes, patiently waiting for the future to reveal itself.
Thou art fools!
Mother? You
This is the wind! Look not in mine direction!
Nay, Mother, we see you behind
This be but the rustling of the trees!
Your influence does extend beyond your individual reach, indeed. That being said, you are hiding behind a tree. Our eyes do still work.
Ah, but should they? For a witch need not see with thy eyes, but with thy dead eye underneath, that which can spot everything in the spirit realm.
Where do we find a dead eye within ourselves? How do we reach it?
Thou hast answered your own riddle within thyself. Hast I raised the dumbest daughters?
Thou hast raised daughters.
Very bold.
Very bold.
And intelligent.
And wise, for we have created within us a strength that you could not show us, and we have decided to wait.
Yes.
And in so doing, the future will reveal itself.
Well, we will see. We will see.
Mother, leave us. Let us return to our waiting.
Must we wait a long time?
The future remains to see.
Me.
Coin left, and now all I need is the stranger, and I can go upon it.
Sir, would thou drink with me?
I would be but honored. But know that I'm not much of a drinker, more of a drink pourer. 'Tis but a dark liquid.
Hast thou never tasted wine before?
I had but spilled wine once, and splashed it upon a wall in which I had cleaned up, in which case the splatter had gotten in my mouth, and I had tasted the flavor.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're thus still talking. Now is the time of drinking, not talking.
Oh. I'm just but a sweet drink.
What thou dost taste is the sweet taste of truth.
Ah,
For the grape brings about. Hello, stranger.
I do have a name. You may refer to me by my name.
We do not know your name as we are just now meeting you.
I do know, sweet, honored guest, Sir Arnold. Sir Arnold and I shall be heading offward on a journey together with this coin. Arnold, I but tasted wine for the first time and find it not to my liking, and wish you a taste.
I will consume a beverage, for a beverage is a thing that we all do.
It is. It is. It is a thing men do.
Indeed, men do consume
Yes.
beverages.
I learned something from this one about being a man.
I'm afraid I be not a man any longer, for I be wed.
What business are you to engage in?
I have a mission.
A shopping trip mission,
A mission.
indeed.
Know you, a cobbler, a baker, and a candlestick maker,
For I
who
do.
does go by the name of Petunia.
'Tis a simple, sweet name, and 'tis a liking person.
Of course I know Petunia. Petunia is my sister. Before I joined the priesthood, because once you become a priest, you must forswear all family members. She is now an only child, and I am married to God. Perhaps I slept during part of that day at the seminary and misunderstood some of them, but that is how I remember it.
A tragic story indeed.
And this coin I doth pay his sister to get the other partial piece of baked item and partial piece of candlestick.
If thou would seek to speak to my sister, she is at her shop, even now.
Then I do not need to be accompanied by this man, and I will take my coin and have it returned to my hand.
I would beg thee to reconsider.
And what case do you present?
None of validation. Oh.
Ah, dost I hear my love? My
Thou dost.
Sweet Chuck of Earl.
Yes, Chuck of Earl, it is I. And does my eyes deceive me, or is it not mine, love? Terminatra of Terminatrix.
Nay, I be not your love.
Nay,
Nay.
hast thou not received the casket of wine that I have sent?
Thou hast sent the casket of wine?
Hast thou not received the goat that I have sent?
Uh-uh. I hast waited fortnight, and my father, he doth tell me that one when thou art truly in love accomplishes these tasks in 4 minutes or less.
Methinks that the father may be intercepting the gifts. Do tell, whom dost receive thy gifts when thou enter thy castle?
It beest my lady maid, tit the gift be for me, or it beest my father's page, be it for him, or it beest the swamp toad, if the gift be it for my mother.
Thou hast not mentioned any people with which I am familiar.
Sweet lady,
Yes, sweet maid.
who is thou speak to upon this deed?
Speak low, for my father should not hear, but
Oh.
it is my love.
Oh, your love. Is he be handsome?
Tis he is, Chuck of Earl.
Chuck her.
I shall gobble him up, I shall.
Ooh, that you shall. My lady, be caught by your father at this hour speaking to a man.
Make haste and distract my father.
I shall distract as they wish.
Thy maid is beautiful beyond words.
What she did, did I hear about me?
He saith that you art beautiful beyond words.
Oh, 'tis a sweet young lad. Marry him, lady, marry him.
In that words doth not describe thy beauty.
What does he say now?
He says the words doth not describe thy beauty.
Oh,
Perhaps might a dance describe my maid's beauty?
sounds like a backhanded compliment.
One more time, my lady.
No, 'tis just the wind, crickets. Crickets.
The crickets sound different in this kingdom than mine. Well, if thou hast not received mine gifts,
Not a single one.
the greatest of apologies I make. And
Did thou speak some gift, my lady?
Yes, of 3 gifts he hath sent to this castle. Have you received them, my maid?
wait. I do not wish to be misunderstood, for I have only sent 2 gifts, for the fastest horse in all of the kingdom eludes me.
The fastest horse? Hasn't the one in our stables, my lady?
It is quite loose.
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear that.
Nothing.
Well, I don't know where I shall find that horse.
Certainly not in our stables.
I shall distract your father.
Something tables, my lady.
Indeed, the tables have turned, for love you I not, for your gifts I have never received. I thinkest you art a liar.
Well, in order to prove that a liar I am not, shall send gifts doubled. Instead of one goat, thou shalt receive two. Instead of one quart, or one bag, one casket of wine, that is what I committed to, thou shalt receive two. And instead of the fastest horse in all of the kingdom, I shall send thee the second fastest horse.
Oh, 'tis two. Very well. Be off, and I await your return.
Oh, very well, my lady. Wait not past a fortnight, for thy love withers. As does... Goodbye! Goodbye! Sweet lady, for where art thou going?
Hi, whither?
Oh, and away!
Would that these shadows would reveal themselves as pictures.
It is most frustrating, sister, and I do grow weary. Mine eyes are heavy with sleep.
I wish not to wait for the future to reveal itself. My patience has run quite thin.
Pardon, ladies. Forgive my entrance into your home, but
But we are outside enjoying the view from the porch. And
I do know that I entered thy home. Thou were not there, so I came outside once again.
I was going to forgive the intrusion, for the porch is not inside, but now you have revealed that you were inside before out, and I am disturbed.
I am admittedly confused. Not only by thy words, but because I had heard thou were witches, and yet thou dost not speak as witches.
Sister, I do not know that we are ready for a client.
And yet a client doth present himself.
I have but 3 coins.
Ah, 3 coins.
3 coins.
And what do you wish to do with these 3 coins?
I have overheard my daughter speaking to her suitor, when Chuck of Earl. Upon my listening, he hath proven himself unworthy of her. He cannot fulfill the simplest of tasks. And so I would ask that thou wouldst bewitch him and turn him into a toad. That he would be gone from her life, and she might find a suitable man.
Please excuse us. I must confer with my sister
Please.
a moment. I believe we have stepped far enough away. He will not hear the words we say.
No. Surely no man could hear at this distance.
Indeed, for a man does not enjoy listening as a general rule.
It's true.
But I do wish to take this man as a client, for 3 coins is better than none, which is currently our standing.
Good sister, you are ever full of sense. We should give it a try. Yes, for if we are successful
And do turn him to a toad, could we not use that in the spell that you did read in the notes, and then we would indeed reveal the future to our very eyes?
Yes, it is just so.
For you told me you did find milk,
I did.
but have not yet found a toad.
Correct.
And an opportunity has presented itself this day in the form of a man with coin who wishes to make another man a toad. We shall make a toad and then complete the spell. It will be exciting, and Mother will be so proud, and we will not change our horses.
So,
No.
Are we in agreement?
Yes,
I must admit I hesitate to make the deal.
for we are
Yes.
very fair, and you are used to the grizzled appearance of
Indeed, so I will turn away a moment and then turn back. Dost thou agree to make a deal with me?
Yes.
What? No, I need the whole witch demeanor in order to feel good about the deal. So please, it is a small indulgence.
You wish for us to take you on and make this man a toad. But in so doing, you must understand it's a very low, windy road.
Ah, yes, foul crone. I would have you cast the spell.
Yes, give us your coin and your word thusly, and we will do our best to put your fears about this young man to his untimely rest.
Excellent, we have a deal. time for our intermission. By all means, my friends, feel free to grab a drink, a bite. Do what you must. Be careful about who you may meet in some weird, disgusting, creepy little location, like anything you may see up here. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Friends. Hi. Having fun?
Yes.
Good. I'm sorry it's a little cold in here. I appreciate the look. It's bundled up. Yeah, if you need to, get closer to each other. It's the perfect thing to say coming out of a pandemic. Just squeeze up close to each other. It's a great way to stay warm. We really appreciate you coming out on a very cold evening. If it helps, the boiler in my house also broke, in which case all of us actors are staying in a place that feels very similar. So we'll be doing the same thing later tonight. You know, it's winter at the coast, and that's what makes things perfect. Really appreciate you being here because this is a delightful return from the Porthole players to this lovely space and into live theater and entertainment once more. This whole festival is happening last weekend, this weekend, and next weekend. You can find at portholeplayers.com or of course coastarts.org, where there's all sorts of cool things, different shows, some other cool events like workshops and such that you can take a look at and get an experience to play and join some of the amazing people here, as well as some other people in this amazing area who are putting on some really awesome stuff, from some sketch writing to this puppet thing that happened or will happen, has been moved. There's a musical improv workshop. There's some really cool activities going on, so I highly recommend you check it out. You've already been there probably because you might have bought your tickets there, but you can buy tickets there too. Some delightful stuff. Tonight, of course, last week we did the Avenue PDX. We're doing this show, and tomorrow we're going to get to do this show. This is a very different show every time. But then next week we're doing a really awesome show. We're doing a show called Babe Presents I Love Musicals, and it is a 1950s improvised musical in the style of I Love Lucy, the other great 1950s sitcoms. We're also being joined by a really delightful duo who is a group called the Nancy Boys, who will be taking on the delightful crime that you, the audience, help create. And the clues will be found throughout the show, and they'll solve it by the end. It's a really, really fun show. Two people play all the roles of this delightful town of terror in a really fun theatrical fashion. And then we'll get the delightfulness of an episode from the 1950s, plus a little holiday special treat, because it is Thanksgiving Day holiday weekend. So, woo! Real excited about that. We'd love to see you back. Other than that, my friends, give a round of applause to our lovely guests as they return for our second half. A lot. They're back and still alive. A lot happened in the first half, with a lot of characters. Surprising how many characters we got. We think we got about 15 or so characters, if not more, so how delightful. Which means we would love you, my friends, to pick some characters you've seen so far. Now, before you start yelling them out, you may or may not remember their names. We may or may not remember their names. We made them up in the moment. So if you remember the name, awesome. If you'd rather just describe what you saw or what they did or who they might be to you in your heart, that works too. But go ahead at this time, just go ahead and yell out one of the characters for me. Sir Arnold. Delightful character. Yeah, and another one? Which one?
I loved the guy. You that had with the blonde hair.
With the blonde hair.
Oh, the blonde hair.
Oh, wait, the blonde digger? You like the grave digger. The grave digger. So you want the grave digger and Sir Arnold. How delightful. We'll start our second half with those two then. And we'll see where this delightful Shakespearean show goes. And once again, Act 2, my friends, of Comedy of Terrors, tonight's Terminator. Robin, giant round of applause for Robin on sound tonight. Yeah. And Jen on mic. Robin, can you give us a little music just to start us off here?
Sure.
Great. Give us something fun. Your favorite song. Yep, there it is. voice speaks out to me. But perhaps a dead body speaking to my soul once more. Oh, sweet dead body, be not upset that I did bury thee. Oh.
It is I. I traveled through your graveyard, not but a day prior to this one. In fact, this very day, for it is night, and that was morning.
Thou traveled 3 leagues that direction to find the town I did speak of.
I did find a house, and they did take me in, and then they pointed me towards the town, and yet I have found myself here.
Oh, it is but a simple mistake. For pointing in one direction and following another is but a simple mistake that I made.
I do not make mistakes. I have one mission.
As do I. For upon this ground so many die. In this earth they must be buried. My mission is to open the ground up, place a body inside, and place the earth upon them once more. In the end, finally,
My mission is similar to your mission.
oh, speak of your mission, kind stranger.
I am to find Petunia, the cobbler, the baker, the candlestick maker.
I have heard the name.
And I am to open her up.
We all wish to be opened up in some way, shape, or form. Though my speakings of opening ups have laid me here upon this dirted ground, I opened up to you upon my mission, and here I kneel in front of thee in the darkness, with shovel in hand.
I am to open her heart with good news. But I have said too much.
No,
The business is not yours.
There are ears in the cemetery.
And mouths, and noses, and hands, and feet, and bowels, and butts, and bellies, and bones.
The bones are the ones that terrify me the most.
There is nothing that gives me fear,
Well, aren't you special, man?
nor sadness, nor anger, nor joy. I have none of these burdens which you do complain.
Mysterious stranger, should I dig a hole for thee?
I will not be buried this day.
Should I dig a hole for thy mission? For thy Petunia? I take thy ghostly visage as a yes. Sweet, disturbed stranger, I shall bury thy secret as I dig thy mission's grave.
If thou hast interpreted my manner,
'Tis how I interpreted thy manner.
then I will not correct thee.
Tis there need be correction? To be clear,
I wish only
Tis
to
the
be
moment.
directed in the direction in which I should walk. For I have taken direction and ended in a circle, and this is not the outcome of which I seek.
and I speak once more to thee. Travel but 3 leagues, as the sun doth rise.
3 leagues, need I a boat?
The measurement, it's not important. 3 leagues in the manner of which you wish to travel.
And in that moment, thou wilt find
Why do you shake your head from side to side?
it is a custom of my people. Grave diggers alike do this as a way to state we wish thee well.
I understand. My people are a few words
Mere mysterious strangers as well.
and have no feelings. This is the way of my people.
This is the way. Fare thee well. 3 leagues.
Don't fall in the hole here. I did begin. I'll walk you to the edge of the cemetery.
Thank you for agreeing to meet with me.
It is agreeably odd that I would have a meeting with one such as you, but
Yes.
all are God's children.
Quite. And it is about my children that I come to thee.
Yes, your daughters, I believe. You have 2 of them.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I do say to thee that they disappoint me.
Indeed, children can be a burden sometimes.
Yes. But this is not something of which you speak from a place of knowledge, is it?
I was a man before I was a priest.
Witches do not carry money.
Nor do priests. Thou wilt find thy reward in the afterlife.
Or not. Tell me, Father, for I have sinned, but I wish to go on sinning and cursing other people.
From what I remember of seminary, that's all okay.
Oh!
I missed a week at one point.
Well, that's all well and good then. Seems that all will work out in our favor.
Our favor?
Oh,
Perhaps
yes.
in your favor, I assume. But
Nay, nay, for I tell you this in confidence. But mine daughters have secured a paying customer without knowing anything about witching.
So they have taken this man's money, yet
Yes,
they know nothing of the craft of which they advertise.
very, very little. Only that which they read in books.
So, what task have they been assigned?
They have been assigned a task to turn Chuck of Earl, of whom I assume you are familiar.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, he's been asking everyone for horses.
Yes.
Yes, he is to be turned into a toad. A toad. A toad.
A spell of transformation, then.
Thou art familiar.
I was a man before I was a priest.
Oh, quite.
I heard talk of things.
Quite.
I may have lain with a witch or 2 in my time.
Oh!
Evelyn.
It is you, Gerald. I thought so. Oh, how you melt this witchy heart.
Oh, good times. It was a great 4 minutes, wasn't it?
The best 4 minutes of my life.
Yes.
My warts have looked all the greasier since then.
Well, I will say, if your daughters are not steeped in the craft of witchery,
Terrible.
when they attempt to turn Chuck of Earl to a toad, who knows what will actually happen?
But even though my daughters are horrible, and they have failed me as offspring,
They are your progeny, and they do have the power. Undirected, who knows what might happen?
then it is up to me to stop them.
Indeed it is.
Or else, who knows what might befall. Thank you, Father Gerald. May our cups meet again, if thou catchest my drift.
I do.
Chuck of Earl?
I do not either. I would perform a summoning, but we do not know how.
I have brought the bag of magic, and yet that spell is not inside. But soft.
2 witches in the forested path?
Is this not your husband before us?
One would think so.
And yet he recognizes us not.
It is quite dark.
Perhaps we should step forward?
Oh, wife! Sister, aunt?
I am not your aunt. I am only your sister in name.
We have been over this many times.
And you may refer to me by name, Hazel.
Indeed I might, and yet I won't. But a coin I doth do request, a simple coin for a simple measly task. 'Tis nothing but needed questioning afterward, but a simple coin.
Another coin.
A coin was not given. It turned out as if the coin from Lord Arnold was but a little bit misused and a little of lie.
Excuse us a moment. I do have a thought which I would like to share with my sister. Begging your pardon, we will step away, but a moment. Do not go far.
I shall not.
Your husband does present an opportunity I had not thought of before.
Oh!
You did say he was not difficult to obtain in his love, and no magic therein did lie?
Correct.
So you would not miss him were he to return to a toad.
It is true.
And we could then practice our craft in the bag of spells, and know if we have the ability to do the task that we have been hired to do.
Hazel, it is an excellent idea.
Thank you, Lily. Your husband, come back. You have wandered too far.
Oh?
Follow our voices, and we will.
Timothy!
Oh, coming! Oh, my wife and my sister aunt.
I am not your aunt. It is not important.
It is not.
It is not.
We need never have this conversation again.
And yet conversation doth not repeating, for I do need still but one single coin.
And a coin will be a possibility if you do us one small favor.
Favor? Be it small, I would be but honored. For
Yes.
one coin I do need, and a favor small I'd be willing to take on.
Small
It will
indeed.
take less than 4 minutes.
All that is required of you is that you sit upon this spot and hold still.
Should I sit here or there behind that cursed wall?
Perhaps you should sit behind the cursed wall.
Then the cursed wall I shall sit, waiting patiently for my favor that I do ask, and a coin no less.
Very well. And we will now whisper our thoughts into our favor, and I will open the bag of tricks. Indeed. Hustle and bustle,
Toil and tussle.
make this man have no trouble becoming what's green,
And hops on the ground.
bish, bash, bosh.
Oh!
We will look together.
I am afeared,
As am I.
and also titillated.
Oh!
Hazel? Peeking behind the wall, your husband has gone, and a toad has appeared.
Hazel, we have done it! We are but real witches! We are witches!
And I did not make my voice haggard.
No, you did not! Nor did neither of us crouch down low as Mother does.
But we did speak in a commanding tone, did we not? We did not beg the man to become a toad.
This is true.
has become.
Yes. And now he has
Now
gone.
he has gone. And now he has returned.
Wow.
Perhaps we do not want him to stay, for our evidence will follow us everywhere we go.
No, we do need him to stay. He must be an ingredient.
Indeed. But let us not forget, we will turn another man to a toad, for we are gifted.
That is true. We have been successful, and therefore he is a practiced toad.
Indeed, and you will not miss him, for he was a bad husband, a lowly husband, unfulfilling in every way. You did say this to me, did you not?
I did.
I feel good.
If I am to come face to face with the king, I must wear a disguise. In this garment I shall enter into the castle and seek the presence of the king. Away!
Oh, Father, this castle is so large, and I feel so small in it. Would that I were out in the world with my love, my Chuck of Earl.
He is not here, my dear, and I would ask, where is he then?
Pardon the intrusion, sir. The wife of an ordered guest.
Hold, my dear, your beautiful maid even now comes and tells us we have visitors.
Oh, Yonichi is so lovely, and I, your queen mother, and I have made a new friend.
Oh, no, Mother, what a striking and strong-looking friend you have.
Yes, come here. Tell me, what is your name, my dear?
Oh, my name is Chakunya.
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 You are from...
Unya?
Are you
I
from-
do not recall
I-
a kingdom of Unya.
I know not Chakunya. It's just are you from where are you from?
Have you sailed from beyond France?
From beyond France, I have sailed.
Gelderland?
From Gelderland, yes.
Ah.
Ask no more questions of Gelderland, please.
Okay.
For our people are in dire need of counsel. Yes.
Ah, then you have come to the right place.
Indeed, my husband is wise.
Only because I have the wisest wife in all the land.
Oh, thank
Yes.
And I
A
rely
wise
upon-
wife would I desire to.
Yes.
If I were a man.
Yes.
Yes.
Curious, as you are not a man, I shall take your hand, and we shall speak of girlish things.
Oh, wait, but a moment. But the king. The king.
It is so nice that she has a friend even now.
Indeed, sir, our daughter has not been taken with many friendships.
No.
This many days past, she has instead been drawn with love and heart-filled mirth
It-
towards boys.
It is about boys all the
Boys,
time.
boys. A crazier girl I
This is
have not yet
refreshing,
met.
yes.
Indeed.
Not since you were young.
But a moment, Your Highness. But a moment. One question I have for thee.
Is it about the dog? Because I know this one.
Oh, no.
Please, go ahead then.
It is a clever riddle, though. The question that I would pose to thee is, what would a man, if a man were to exist, have to do to gain the love and affection of thy daughter and the approval of so esteemed royalty as yourselves?
Very good question for Father, and
Curious
A curious question to travel all this way to ask me, though.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
Well,
Have you no men in your kingdom?
well, the men are
very long in the sword and short
yes,
in the home.
that could be uncomfortable, yes.
Yes, they are long in the sword and short in the home. As she said.
Oh.
Short in the home, meaning they draw their long sword and then journey on to other lands.
Ah, adventurers.
Adventurers.
Yes.
Yes, adventurers. But prithee, answer me this one question.
Go ahead.
Did I
hand in marriage and not where they are being turned into to some
It
amphibian.
seems I would think I would want a man who, when any obstacle put in front of him, he would find a way to overcome it.
Indeed.
To gain our daughter's favor.
Indeed, but also a man of means. He could not be poor. He would need to provide for our daughter, for in marrying, our daughter will be leaving our care.
So there would be that.
So that's two things.
There's two things.
And there's a long list of things we haven't got time to go into, naturally.
But we're going to say 3 each, very quickly.
Yes,
just
very
so you
quickly,
know.
and we'll say them at the same time.
Yes.
But they won't be the same as each other. We'll just be faster
Okay,
this way.
so we're going to say 3 more things.
He's
At
gotta
least
be
7'4".
handsome.
Yes.
He
He
should
has to have
also
brown
abandon
shoes
a
and
giant
brown
enterprise.
shoes.
Oh dear.
And
most
he should speak with a
importantly,
lisp on Tuesdays.
He should have lovely
Yes.
eyes.
So those are the things.
Wise. And then the rest of them that are listed here on the wall.
Yes.
Oh! I could have saved much time had I but read the wall.
But again,
But a girl such as you was probably never taught to read, as what would the purpose be in this day?
you are quite
Yes.
wise, like
Yes.
I am,
Yes.
and have taught yourself,
Yes.
which I have done. I am an excellent reader. I read every Tuesday.
But even now, let us leave you two girlfriends, let us leave you two alone to chat. Shall we?
Indeed, for we have business to conduct of our very
Indeed
own.
we do.
Have you 4 minutes, my love?
Indeed I do.
Thy parents are quite lovely.
Oh, indeed they are. Though my father is quite a tactician, and I worry that his love of me doth cloud reality, and he would take into dark arts to seek his favor.
Dark arts? Dark arts, you say? Well, elaborate, Chagonia.
Doth be it low in that moment? Do you say
It is the way of our people. We all sometimes have low voices, but forsooth, wouldst thou be able to turn around and look away for but a moment?
Yes, as you are my friend, and I trust you, I shall do as you say.
Thou mayest turn around.
Chuck, my love, you should not be here.
Terminator, but I must see you and I must win your love.
My father has hired witches to turn you into a toad.
Witches!
Milady?
No!
Did I hear a voice of deeper and lady?
Yes, it is just Chakunya.
Nurse, I am here with my friend Shakunya.
Didn't know how sweet maid.
Yes, please distract my father. We are doing very girly business. You know how we always was in boarding school. We're doing some of that, so it'll just take 4 minutes.
Good. 4 minutes or less.
So I have lots of
By
time.
my calculations.
We have 4 minutes.
Oh, 4 minutes. Less than 4 minutes, maybe. Our plan must be swift, and your hands, thy hands are so soft, and thy face is so wondrous, and
It's also soft.
oh, thy face is so soft, and thy eyes are so deep.
I'm so sorry about
Don't. Oh, but Terminator, we mustn't, not before we are wed.
You are right, and I am ashamed, I am abashed. What shall my father do?
Thou hast been a wicked wench, but there is time to turn thy life around.
You would still love me now that you see what a wicked witch and we were every Wednesday?
Oh yes! Certainly, thou hast awakened a fire within me. Now all that remains is not to be turned into a toad and to avoid witches, and to have a lisp on Tuesdays, and to be 7'4", and many other things on the list.
This we shall have.
This we shall have. Away!
Simple coin I did ask for. And a wife I did choose to love, though my understanding of funds may be awkward and confusing. Were I to be turned into a bog, a smelly bog, people will be able to walk through, and yet here I stand, a frog. Were I to be turned into a log, a bug could sit upon me. A fire could be built for me, and yet here I stand, a frog. Were I to be turned into a hog, thou couldst eat me and dine upon my delicious flesh. And yet here I stand.
I have not had a meal.
Ribbon.
And here is a frog.
Ribbon.
And he does not hop away.
Go. I've been a frog, but mere moments. Know I how to leap? There's the first part, and yet I was too slow.
Goodly frog sustenance you will provide.
Then as a frog, I go.
Now to build a fire.
Father, brother, I do not think our customer is returning.
Sister friend, I had hoped he would with that third gold coin.
We do need it. Mayhaps it is for the best, for I am entirely out of candles.
Bake something. Fix a shoe.
I would make something, but I am out of yeast. I am out of flour. I have not been able to cobble anything to buy the ingredients to bake the things. We are very nearly destitute.
I have prayed, the Lord hath not provided.
Well, then thou must pray harder.
I have prayed as hard as a man might pray.
Show me how you have been praying.
Okay.
You see, it is insufficient.
And yet it is all that I have, and oh. Hello, sir.
May I help you? I would love
Be you Petunia?
I am.
Are you a cobbler?
I am.
Are you a baker?
I was.
And could be again for the right man and the right price.
Are you a candlestick maker?
I have been known to make candlesticks.
I have been sent on a mission to deliver a message that will open your heart.
Pray you speak. Oh.
This belongs to you.
Thank you. It were very well made.
It is engraved.
Father, brother, I cannot read.
Ah, as is the fashion of the time, I understand. It is engraved. It says, to my younger self, use well this knife. Fear I do not understand.
I have been sent from the future
The future?
to prevent the end of the world.
Many pardons. I do need but a moment to hide. I have angered a century oft, and new love to keep my lenses attached.
You may hide within my storeroom.
Many thanks.
My mission is complete.
Many thanks. Many thanks.
'Twas a man here moments ago, were there not? Now replaced by coinage?
Yes,
Now
there
disappeared,
were.
but replaced by coins.
And the coins are well needed.
Yes.
Thy pantry. The direction in which it lies? Many
That
thanks.
way.
seen a pember squat? Have you seen a pember squat? Man, small appendages, very small.
Young sentry!
How now, kindly witch? See you a pember squat?
Kindly is a word that I have not been described by for many a year. Est thou single? No, wait!
You know, just come by my wall.
Oh, thou is serious. Thy sword is impressive,
I know.
and thy swagger est revolting and invigorating.
You're welcome.
Dost thou have a name?
My name was struck from me long ago when I lost my honor. It's a sore subject I don't like to talk about.
But what if being with a witch would restore thy honor?
Would that you would, my witch. But first I must seek the pember squat. His small appendages are mine.
Well, thou wouldst kill Pember Squat?
I wouldst.
Well, small appendages I do like. Oh!
Ah! Name!
I do
Sweet witch!
Ah!
I do not mean to disturb thee. I wish to hide once more.
Before thou goest, dost thou have any last words?
Tell my young Connor that I love him. He's our only hope.
I will, Sarah. I will. Fare thee well.
And with these strokes that shall be swift, no more than 4 minutes, my honor shall be restored.
Oh, my finger.
Ow, my toe! Oh, good, goody! But one main appendage remains.
The smallest.
The smallest appendage!
My head?
Jack, I am feeling quite invigorated, and something has come through my throat that does not sound like my voice before, and has changed. Yes, it is most peculiar. And you too, you seem invigorated, more color in your cheek. I believe doing magic has shifted our demeanor. It is quite unusual, and I do think that you used to be taller. Or mayhaps I have grown short. Or mayhaps we are shrinking. And yet mother is not small. It is most confusing. Magic is a mystery.
The deed is done. How now, witches in my woods? Another client, methinks.
Perhaps we should sell some magic. Yes, we should. Yes. And in so doing, perhaps we will find our job. Yes. Lady. Good sir. Sir. Person.
You may address me as lady, sir.
Not sir, lady.
No, that's my brother.
Well met. And you have come across us indeed in the wood, and have called us out correctly.
'Tis my duty to guard this wood. You shall not pass.
Ah, but we are not walking. We are standing in place.
Very well then. You may stand in place.
And you are carrying quite a head of hair.
I knew the riddle.
Congratulations. But need you magic, perhaps? A service provided from a couple of witches.
Oh, wow. You are not the first witch I have met in this morrow on my wood. There was a witch so beautiful that the moon doth glow in her lustrous hair, though her nose be similar to thine.
Could it be? You speak of our mother.
You know this woman. Could you not put in a good word with me?
Sure. We can do such a thing, but only if you
something that we need. And that would be the young Chuck of Earl provided to our services. That's
Chuck of
right.
Earl, he doth woo my princess.
Is it so? Then you have seen his face and could identify him and point him towards two sweet, kind witches.
You do be kind, and I know my lord king doth not like Chuck of Earl.
If you do provide to us Chuck of Earl, we shall put in a word with our mother.
You do that for me.
If you were to do the thing we have asked, then yes, of course we would do that for you.
Very well. A bargain is struck.
Sweet Earl, you cannot be seen this morn.
But thou knowest my height, dost thou not?
I see it clearly.
Thou knowest that I am less than 7'4".
I see it clearly.
And thou knowest that the only ways a man can grow, except sideways, are but two ways.
I,
As one ages,
indeed, the most weakly we shrink.
yes, and by the power of witches. So I seek out some witches.
Oh, I know of witches.
Excellent! Then thou canst lead me to them.
Oh, aye. Wait here a moment and I shall fetch a few.
Oh, many witches lie in these woods.
Who doesn't lie in these woods? Wait here a moment, my lord.
The foolish one yonder,
Yes,
in flashy attire.
it is difficult to suddenly interject that this is so.
Indeed, the menfolk do rabble on.
Oh, witches? Mind me not. I have but a man in need of the service of one witch, or perhaps two. And sentry, thou as well.
That is most convenient. Indeed. Thy lovely face is a welcome disruption to spying from behind this tree.
Then follow me to sweet land.
Lead on.
You're gonna put in that word with your mom, right? No.
Oh, if only this wood had witches in it.
It does, my lord, it does, and I have brought them and a sentry to thee. No, just the witches.
No sentry.
No, for I shall find them, for they were both handsome and intriguing.
I will not work with witches that hath not been approved by mine sentry.
Oh, approved they have, for I would find them with the sentry, and yet the sentry would more likely off to do its job.
Were you not of our approval, for we are approved, I assure you.
Oh, excellent. Fare thee well.
Really well.
And indeed, we have been sent to you to perform a task.
A task. A magical task, maybe.
It is true. Are you not Chuck of Earl?
Oh, but I am.
Are you not in love with the princess?
Oh, but I am.
Then we do have a task that we are to perform that will enrich your life in some kind of way with magic.
But magic, thou wouldst change my height.
Indeed, yes.
Thou hast read my mind.
Very well. We invite you to step behind this
The cursed wall.
wall.
The cursed wall. Very well. Behind the cursed wall I shall go in good faith. But before I go, dost thou not demand of me any coins?
Oh, we do not need your coin, for the task has already been laid out before us. And once we do begin a task we must complete. So please do step behind the wall. No further
quite.
objection required.
Quite. No further objections given. But before I go, a quick question I must ask of thee.
And
Not
you
an
shall
objection.
Answer. Indeed.
Not an objection. Thy face color beest most green, and green dost upset me so. Thou wouldn't dare turn me into anything green, wouldst thou?
Into anything green?
No, just height. is
You
what I
wish
wish.
only to shift your height.
To shift my height, yes.
Indeed, and your height will be so shifted, and thus your question is answered.
Oh, excellent!
Away you go.
Oh, but before I go, one last question I have for thee.
I worry we will never complete the task.
We should turn him into something that cannot speak.
Perhaps a toad.
But I told her he's green and he does not want to be green.
And yet that was the task put before us.
Yes, I
But
understand.
indeed a toad can be beige. Or taupe. This is true. A taupe toad it is to be.
We should make him a toad made out of stone.
You are quite wise.
Indeed. Yes, a question you did have?
Yes, my final question.
Ooh, and hot anticipation do we wait with bated breath.
My last question is, in order to gain the affection of my love's parents, I must speak with a lisp. Can thou give me a lisp?
In turning him to stone, he will not be able to make a sound, but a traditional toad would certainly have an impediment.
This is true.
A beige toad it is to be?
A beige toad.
Very good.
Yes, we can provide an impediment to your speech.
Magical! Well, behind the cursed wall I shall go. And before I go, I must give thee thanks, as is the custom of my people.
That is not necessary. You should not thank us.
Oh, but it is, and I must thank your ancestors for birthing that which birthed you.
It is the custom of our people not to accept thanks.
Oh, then I have been rude.
Yes, and
Yes,
get
and
behind
you-
the cursed wall immediately.
The
I
cursed-
hence.
Immediately.
Go to behind the wall. Go
Yes.
to, go to.
Right. Immediately I shall depart behind the cursed wall.
Get thee behind the wall. Go!
Oh, right.
And yet, sister, my heart does give me pause, for he did thank us so kindly.
He did. And did you hear me? I were so commanding.
You were so commanding. Yes, this is more important than the pain inside my heart. We shall proceed.
Okay.
Do you remember the words we spoke?
I do not.
Then we shall improvise.
Okay.
Musty Dusty, tiny man, we will do whatever we can.
We will make you small and fat.
We'll make you beige.
So how about that?
Tuftity duftity. Now we've made a beige toad of you. Oh dear, we have made a mistake. The spell has been cast, but green, like
break
a
our
snake.
promise.
I cannot stop rhyming. I enjoyed it so, even though we have failed to make a beige toad.
And yet, still I am happy.
For we have done magic twice.
We have!
And in doing that magic, my voice has doubled and you are also shrinking.
It is true. However,
Thou art horrible people.
Oh dear, and we have failed to take its tongue or to give it a lisp. Oh,
The wisp comes and goes.
we have succeeded. Yes. Let us celebrate and tell our
Celebrate? What do you mean celebrate? I've become a toad.
A guilty conscience burdens thee?
perhaps just slightly, I did so want to see the future.
Then we shall kill it and spill its blood inside the milk and drink it and cast the spell.
Then we are agreed, and we will go behind the wall to do so.
Indeed, off we pop.
You stop.
Oh, my father's dastardly deed is surely done by this hour. Sweet dagger, I cannot think of life without my love,
My
without
lady.
chocolate.
I recognize despair.
Aye, my lord.
I have come to see thy father, but he is not here, for I seek my lord Sirrah Pembersquat.
I seek only my love who was lost, and now I find a love in this dagger.
My lady, another moment. Dare I say that before your current love, was there another? Another who caught your eye?
I doth had tiger beads on mine wall.
Indeed, and then Lord Harry Styles.
Hi, my lord.
Yes, I do know. But hearken, your heart turned from him to this new love. What was his name?
Chuck of Earl.
Chuck of Earl.
Chuck of Earl.
Yes. Well, with Chuck of Earl gone, does it not then seem logical that the heart would turn to another rather than be pierced? Does it not seem like life has only begun?
My lord, we've only just begun.
Does it seem like none of us knows the future? The road ahead of us.
My lord, we do not know.
We see signs sent back, but we may never know.
But how come you to this wisdom? I see a sparkle in your eye that is telling.
I have come from said place.
You know of my Chuck? My Chuck of Earl?
I have come from said place of which I just spoke.
Oh, where you can see the wisdom.
No, I have come from... It sounds fantastical, but I have come from the future.
My lord. And what, tell me of my future, am I not to meet my maker in this sweet night with his dagger deep within my book?
No, you are not. And had you married this Chuck of Earl, and had you had children, they would have been, in fact, the worst people in the world, and that is the future I come from. Horrible people they were. They became the kings and queens of this land, ruled with an iron fist, killed, maimed, destroyed. One had dragons. Yes. So I have come back to see to it that never happens. Your Chuck of Earl is dead, and, well,
and in thus the death of my love, so saveth the world?
And I find myself single in this era, and looking for a wife.
You are knowledgeable, my lord.
And of means.
And of means.
And of means.
Are you also not quick? Say, if I were to...
I am, let us say, I can run the race and then run it again. Let us say that. And by the measurements of the future, I am 7 foot tall.
Aye, my lord, this I see.
As America has finally adopted metric.
I must introduce you to my father, the Lord King.
Indeed. I would love to meet him. I bet he's extremely handsome.
In thine eyes and my mother, aye.
Yes. But yea, we must away now and marry. To secure the future. We must go see the priest, which again may be difficult.
Yes, my lord, we shall to the priest and then my lord the father. And though I know you not, I trust the wit in your eye. Yes, away,
Yes,
away now.
A marriage they did have, a life they did live. But in the end, the future you may see may lead you here. There may be ways in which you are found by a lover such as this. But in the end, 'tis the ground who will be your last dish. You wish to see the future? Look beneath your feet. And your cast, my friends, I'm delightful. out here, and we thank you for joining us. Have a great night, and hopefully we'll see you again very soon. Mwah. Be safe.